You may not be thinking this, but I believe the Mexican food is one of the best cuisines for eating vegan. Unfortunately, when most people think of Mexican food, they think of this cheesy, greasy, meaty, very heavy food. But historically, this just was not the case. Historians have estimated that about 70% of the Mexican ancestors' diet was actually plant-based before colonization. Their diets were high in fiber, very vegetable heavy, dairy free, wheat free, just beautiful food from the land. And their meals were so varied, and thankfully, a lot of these recipes were passed down many generations. Thank you to the sponsor of this video, my cookbook. It is finally here. If you like my videos and are looking for a way to support this channel, this is one of the best ways that you can do so. Click the link in the description so you can find out all of the details about how you can get your own copy. Let's get back to the recipe. To my channel, you may not know this, but I'm originally from Guanajuato, Mexico, which is central Mexico. I grew up in a very rural place where we cooked in wood stoves and didn't even have indoor plumbing. So naturally, my mom cooked us the foods that were passed down to her, and also from foods that were often foraged and otherwise grown very locally. And I mean locally because we had dirt roads and access to the city was just not something that was easy. Growing up, I mostly ate a plant-based diet because this was just the food that we knew. And it wasn't something that I really thought about as a kid, but when I became vegetarian, I quickly realized that these were the foods that I was coming to the most. And when people ask me if it was difficult to make the transition into eating plant-based, my answer is simply not really. But it's not the answer that most people expect from me, because most people expect that I'm going to say that it was really difficult to eat Mexican food. But honestly, it was actually the easiest cuisine. Now, I understand that this isn't the norm today. You probably can't walk into most Mexican food restaurants, especially not in the US, and see some of these meals. But it is precisely those homemade meals from Mexico, the meals that the abuelitas are making, that I wish more people knew about. Those dishes that were naturally, historically plant-based foods from Mexico before the introduction of farmed animals and dairy. So let's talk about these foods. Most meals in a Mexican household will begin with beans and rice, which together make a full protein. Then you'll have a side dish, which could be a vegetable stew or a salad. And it can be something so simple as like chopped avocados with onion, tomato, cilantro, some lime juice, and salt. A simple salad. Some of my favorite vegetable side dishes are potatoes with greens, such as purslane, garbanzo stews, zucchini stews, lentils, vegetable soups, sauteed mushrooms, cauliflower, just the variety of cactus dishes, just to name a few. These dishes will often be served with a salsa to add some extra flavor, and it actually helps great with digestion. And of course, you will always find some fresh corn tortillas, which technically, if you put your side dish on top of your tortilla, now you have tacos. But altogether, this makes a very complete meal. And that gives you a guideline for creating an endless combination of flavors. So we have the basics, the beans, the rice, the tortillas, and the salsa. And all you have to change throughout the week is that vegetable side dish or salad, giving you the easiest meal plan for creating an endless combination of delicious and easy vegan meals. I'm going to suggest that you buy organic ingredients if possible, because that's pretty much what my ancestors were naturally doing. And if you can, make your food at home from scratch so that you know what every ingredient is. Buy locally if possible, and make your own tortillas if you can. If not, look for tortillas that are made with only one ingredient, which is just nixtamalized corn, just to keep it as healthy as they were. I hope that this video has helped you to see that Mexican food can actually be quite healthy. And once you have this plan, it can make batch cooking for the week super easy. Like vegan food just doesn't have to be complicated. I often end up creating some of these meals like the beans and the rice early on in the week and just batch cooking it. So if you want me to make a video on that, let me know down in the comments. And I already have recipes for the beans, the rice, the tortillas, several salsas, and so many of these easy side dishes on the channel. So I will make sure to leave a link to that playlist here. Buen provecho.